So so far you've self-published. Did you ever think about traditional publishing? Did you?
I did. I studied. I studied screenwriting years ago. That's when I sort of came back to the idea of perhaps writing. I thought, well, what type of writing do I like? Film is probably my first love, so I thought, well, why don't you try and learn to write a screenplay?
Mm.
So I took the course at Goldsmiths College in South London, and I learned how to write a screenplay, thinking that's, you know, perhaps that's the avenue that I would sort of go into. Um, and then spent, well, quite a few years sort of writing spec scripts and sending them off to the BBC, you know, and other little companies, and going through the writers and artists handbook, you know, and deciding who, you know, what to do, who to send it to. Um, I became a little bit disillusioned. It was quite hard for a sort of fledgling writer to get into it then. I got a lot of, back then, used to get a lot of feedback from the BBC saying, you know, the pros and cons, and ultimately why, you know, your script won't be
Nice.
going into development.
Yeah.
But it was good. But then, yeah, when I then decided to sort of, well, why didn't you turn your hand at trying to write a novel? Yeah, I thought, you know, I looked at sort of publishers, but it was at sort of at the time as well of you know, the Kindle KDP, and again this conversation that I'd had um, with my friend, and said, you know, self-publish. So I sort of went straight into you know, just publishing myself. Um, you know, I didn't have a manuscript ready to send out to any publishers that I'd sort of earmarked, and so I went straight into sort of self-publishing, really.